Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So we have propane heat in our shop, but the propane's gone up so much that they wanted like more and more and more, and they're kind of pulling some crap with us. And Heidi told them pretty much, come get the tanks. So now we are doing wood heat in the shop, which sucks. I hate it. But I figure if I'm gonna do wood heat, I might as well make something cool in the shop so that it's not, a lot of work or whatever, which it still is. You gotta split wood, stack wood, cut wood, all that kind of crap. And then you gotta bring it from the stack inside the shop. It's always messy, the floor's always trashed. I just swept up right now. But while this thing was cooled down, I did a couple of repairs on it. The handle was really bothering me. I am gonna put something here because this handle does get a little bit hot, but I just welded this ring right here so that now that when I close the door, it doesn't leak smoke out of here. Now the door's tight because when you come in here in the middle of the night to feed the stove, this would be rattling real loud. And then I need to put a weld right here. I actually forgot to do that. Pachuco put a piece of tape right there because this piece of metal was going to be, like vibrating around or whatever. So this is all built out of junk. I wanted something in my shop that was going to be like Mad Max or kind of rat rod style, whatever you want to call it, vintage looking, something that didn't look all new and pretty in the shop. I can't stand that. And I took an old wood stove that I had over in our old shop, and this section here I did not make, but the whole rest of the stove I built. Some old water pipe for the legs, and they're like 10 inches, I believe they were. And then none of this gets hot on the outside. That's the cool part about it. So the barrel stove that I put in here a couple weeks ago, it was actually getting so hot, it was melting stuff on that wall and whatever. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna have another shop burned down. But these are just blocks, concrete blocks that we had underneath the propane tanks when they took them. So we went ahead and put those in here and put this thing up high because I don't want to bend over, or get on my knees to throw wood in there. So I figured it'd be nicer to have it set up so that I could just bring wood over, open it up, throw it in here. And all these panels, these are all handmade, and I put screws instead of welding it. That way if I need to service this thing, if I need to take it off to check it for cracks or weld up anything or do any repairs. And then I quickly made this this setup here, and it blows this way. And right now my shop is 66 degrees, I think it is. And I have my little propane heater on because I was servicing this one, but it's not that cold outside anyways. I need to get some fire caulking to put there. I made the wall jack. I just took some metal, found the center of it, and this is like an 8-inch, I believe it was. And I cut one here, and then inside the wall, I framed, there's 2x6s right there. Actually, you can see them right there on the top, going across. I cut through the wall, and all that is completely hollowed out, so nothing can touch wood or no heat can get on any part of the wall or nothing, so that, it doesn't start a fire. And then there's another wall jack on the outside that this is screwed to. This goes all the way out and then goes way up to the chimney. The only piece that I had to buy was this right here, and this was like, I want to say it was like 15 bucks. And other than that, everything else was free. This was from the junkyard. This was in an old house heater, and you can see it's, you plug it in. I wired a cord to it, and I got an old extension cord and end and set it up. I will be putting it on a almost like a dimmer switch so I could turn that fan down so it's not blowing like so fast all the time. But there's a lot of air coming out of here. If I had a piece of paper, I'd be able to show you, but I did throw another piece of tin down here, laying down, another one standing up, and then this one, and then this piece of aluminum. That way there isn't no heat on the wall if it does get hot. But honestly, when this thing is running full blast, you can put your hand right here. It's not hot at all. The only part that gets hot is this gets warm. This gets red hot. And then this had some crazy crap on the front of it that was all busted and rusty and crappy looking and whatever. And I just made a quick setup so I can, choke it out if I need to, and I can close the ash box. So that works really good. And most of the time it's, I could close it off at night. I could open it up all the way. Simple, I just put a nut on the inside, drilled a hole, took a piece of scrap metal, welded a bolt to it. And then, like I said, I just tightened this up. So the door's working really well now. It's not leaking. And then the other thing I did is these will smoke like crazy when you open these doors. If it's just getting started and whatever, the smoke will fill up your shop, and it sucks. I hate having smoke in my shop because, you know, later on when you come to walk in your shop, it scares you if you see smoke in there or whatever, or you smell smoke. So what I did is I drilled a hole here, and then bent some rod, and I made it so it just, you know, you could load the stove, and then when you're ready, drop that down, and then there's no smoke coming out every time you open that door to put more wood in, or you just shove the wood in like this. And ash box, I've been running it already for a couple weeks, just see how it's gonna work. Like I think I said, I gotta put a piece of wood or something here. This one has a wooden handle that I think was homemade, I'm not sure. Wooden handle here and here. And this is to shake the ashes down into the ash box. And I need to put a piece of wood here because this does get hot, but I always use my welding gloves anyways when I open it, so it's not a big deal. So pretty much the front part, the door gets hot, and this is not too bad because it's double walled, but you know, it's a lot safer than like a barrel stove or whatever. You don't have all the, you know, the flame and the smoke and the heat and all the crap inside your shop. And I set up like a manifold or a plenum back here, and this goes down, catches all the heat, goes underneath that box, comes back up, and comes around and comes out right here on this side. Back up far enough so you guys can see. And then, you know, the hot air comes out here, and it'll easily keep the shop anywhere from 65 to about 72 degrees. So it's really nice. And I did run a ground on here. I ground the motor to the box, and then the motor, or the box, the furnace or whatever you want to call it, forced air heat furnace, is also grounded. And then I also have it grounded here inside of an extension cord there, so that way you don't get electrocuted or shocked, or, you know, no static electricity or whatever. But it worked out good. If you guys have any questions, leave comments down below. What would you guys do different? You have any ideas? I'd love to hear those down below. Throw some answers or questions or whatever. Always like hearing your comments. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you on the next one. Later. One of the other things I wanted to say is, if this is something you could do this on a budget, you know, I think honestly, I thought about the total that I have into this right now, besides my time, is this was like $4, something like that. I don't remember. There's a price tag, but can't read it. And I think that other part, that 90 that goes up into the chimney, it was, I want to say like $15. So I maybe have $20 in this whole project, and everything else just came out of the scrap pile. It was all a bunch of junk. And, you know, it's nice because now I have used motor oil, and I can kind of get rid of some of that. We don't have a lot of motor oil. We don't do a lot of oil changes or whatever, so we only have a couple gallons here or there, but it's nice because I could take, you know, a pint of motor oil, put it on the wood, get it started, and this thing is blazing within minutes and nice and hot. And other than that, you know, like I said, everything else was free on this whole deal. But, you know, this is something that you don't need a lot of experience to build. You just need to be safe. If you're gonna do this, make sure that you have have it vented for your shop, where you got, you know, clean air coming in, you got your exhaust gases or your chimney going out, and, you know, make sure that it's far enough away from the wall and everything so that you don't have nothing that's gonna catch on fire. So just be safe. But I don't know, in the next couple of videos, maybe I'll do one when it's burning and putting some heat out, and I'll show you the temperature in the shop and all that good stuff. But anyways, I appreciate you watching. Please hit the like and subscribe and all that crap, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.